So many people have been asking this question: why does my ex want to get back with me? And in this video, I'll be sharing 3 common signs or the 3 common reasons why your ex wants to get back with you. Okay, before I head into the topic of the day, Namo Adesh, my name is Garrett. My mission as a life coach and a law of attraction coach is to help people realize their infinite potential by tapping into spirituality, the law of attraction, and feng shui. I'm very blessed and fortunate to be trained under Himalayan yogi who taught me the ways of the yogic teachings as well as spirituality. Because why? Spirituality is everything in life. So it teaches us so much about our day-to-day living. Okay? So without further ado, point number 1. So why does your ex wants to get back with you? So for point number 1, we usually talk about sense of guilt or regret. Okay, usually why do I say that? So the person who has these sentiments of regret and guilt is usually the one who ended the relationship. So think about it. Perhaps in your lifetime, in your experience, whenever that person feel regret is because he or she actually experienced a certain season during that year whereby he or she has a flashback in the past whereby he or she actually spent time together with the significant other, you see. So during this period, perhaps maybe you could be during Christmas period or during Valentine's Day. So these are the so-called hot periods or the hot seasons whereby they should be spending time with their loved ones, you see, or the significant other, you see. So during this period when they are still single, okay, let's put it into context. When they are still single, they will start to revisit the past memories. They will start to revisit the ex, the memory when they spend time with their ex, you see. So usually there will be a certain pain factor whereby it will start to spur you back to past memories that relates to pleasure, you see. So the pleasure aspects could be, I probably during this period last year whereby it was Valentine's Day, I was actually spending time with him or her for a nice dinner over romantic scenery, or even spend time going for holidays or watching the movies or whatsoever, you see. So there's a pain to pleasure, you see. So the pain memory is currently you are single. So then the pleasure is revisiting the memories in the past whereby you were spending time with your ex, you see. So this pleasure is one of the reasons why your ex wants to get back with you, okay. Or the sense of regret or guilt, okay. I've also heard of certain situations in life where people they get back with their ex because they are feeling guilty of ending the relationship. Why? Because maybe this person has a really big heart. Most of the time these people are really sensitive and big-hearted people, and they can't stand to bear seeing that person or their ex actually going into a state of downward spiral. Perhaps after the relationship ended, it was just too much for your ex to bear. That's why they chose to go down a downward spiral, and they probably didn't look after themselves so much. They don't perform so much well after the relationship ended, you see. So perhaps maybe they gained a lot of weight, or they lost touch with society. Some of them even lead to severe depression or so on and so forth. That's why I've heard of certain situations in life whereby people got back with their relationships because they are guilty, you see, that they've hurt that person so much. So yeah, this is not hard. It's not that it's not common. It's very common out there because a lot of these sentiments are being caused, or emotions are being caused whenever a breakup occurs, okay. So this is one of the main points, okay. So sense of guilt and sense of regret. So point number 2. So what are the second signs that your ex wants to get back to you? The second reason, okay. So second reason could be due to mutual benefits, okay. So think about it. Everything in life is a value to value exchange, even the relationship. So when you're with your significant other, that person, he or she could have provided you some kind of material comfort, or perhaps maybe you could have physical comfort, or you could be fulfilling a various part of your needs as a human being. Okay, so perhaps maybe for he or she could cook very well for you, or he or she could manage your time so much for you, or he or she could actually do your household chores for you, or he or she can actually help you with your work. You see, so there's so many factors of it. Even there's also factors like, oh, he or she actually can provide you with so much monetary wealth or comfort, or even a house over your head. So these things are not hard to come by, you see. So every relationship stems on mutual benefits as well, you see. So this is a very realistic kind of situation in life, you see. So therefore we need to know that whenever your ex wants to get back with you, perhaps it's time to reevaluate and look into it. What's the reason behind? So it could possibly be also due to the fact that he or she is in need of these certain aspects of getting back with you in that relationship. Maybe he or she are facing a tough time financially, and that you're able to provide her or him at this current point some financial support. That's the reason why he or she wants to come back to you, you see. Or it could be I've even heard many outrageous ones. They are just in need of physical intimacy. That's the reason why he or she wants to get back to you, you see. So always remember, there's energies. Everything is energy, you see. Even emotions or physical needs, all these are stem on emotions. So that's why emotions are energy. And energy, if we learn in science, right, it can't be destroyed, you see. It can only be passed on to certain people. So if this thing doesn't pass on, it will forever linger within the period. So whenever you're in a relationship, once these emotions are just pulled apart and it doesn't move on to somewhere else, you would want to come back to the same source again, you see. So that's why we find a lot of circumstances whereby a lot of ex will come back to you again and say that, oh, I'm in need of this. Of course they won't say it out so obvious, and they won't tell you straight in the face, but it's for you to be you probably need to be the one who need to evaluate whether you want your ex to come back to you or not, you see. Because think about it, what are the main driving off factor that made you wanted to leave this relationship behind, you see. There must be a push factor. That's why the relationship ended, right? So if that relationship were to get back again, will you face the same situation when you wanted to leave the relationship? So think about this question, okay? So that's the reason number 2, huh? So think of be very wary of the mutual benefits that each of you could provide each other. Whenever, most of the time, relationships or exes wants to come back to you because of second point, okay, which is the mutual benefits that he or she could gain from this relationship getting back together again, okay. So then we lead on to point number 3. I'm just gonna cover 3 points just for today, okay. So the point number 3 would be the reason to have a status. Yeah, you heard it right. The reason to have a status. So a lot of people, I've heard the most ridiculous one would just to have an ex, just to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend for certain occasions, just to show their friends that they are attached, you see. So this is one of the most common ridiculous kind of ridiculous, but it's happening on the day-to-day basis. A lot of people wants to get back to their exes because they need to show it to someone else, or show it to family members that they're well-to-do, or show it to their friends that, oh, right now I'm actually still attached, or I'm actually doing well, doing fine, I'm actually very happy in my current life. These things are very common, and it is actually quite sad to see that people are going back to revisit their exes because they themselves can't handle their own emotional gratification, you see, and they have to actually use their exes to actually tell people or show others that they are doing well. You see, that's some very sad situation that is happening on a day-to-day basis. So now that you know these 3 main points, it is very important for you to re-evaluate whether or not your ex appears in front of you or suddenly contacted you and try to reconnect back with you and has the intention to actually wants to come back together again. It is important for you to re-evaluate, because know this, everything in life, all the knowledge that you learn everywhere, even on this video, okay, is always for you to take it into consideration. So once you know the reason behind, then what's next? You need to take action, okay? So be wary, okay? So if you learn anything in this video, make sure you remember to hit like, subscribe, and just so you know, if you hit like and subscribe, you'll be able to get weekly videos from my channel, okay? So my channel is all about the Blissful Light is all about love, positivity, as well as law of attraction, feng shui, everything about spirituality and the law of attraction, okay? As well as holistic life coaching. So make sure you hit like and subscribe, okay? It's also nice to know where you're tuning in from, so make sure you write down your learnings in the comment section, as well as where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to know, okay? Namaste, my name is Garrett. See you in my next video.